لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون والذين هم لأماناتهم وعهدهم راعون والذين هم على صلواتهم يحافظون أولئك هم الوارثون الذين يرثون الفردوس هم فيها خالدون صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Mu'minun, the first 10 ayat refer to the signs of a believer, the high signs of a great high standard believer. And today we are reading about, yesterday we read that these people safeguard their private parts and except on their wives or their rightly owned bondswomen, for upon them there is no, for using their parts there is no blame on them. فَمَنِ ابْتَغَى وَرَاءَ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْعَادُونَ. And whoever who goes beyond this, seeking pleasure, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْعَادُونَ, they are the transgressors. So this includes every person, be it male or female, who uses outside of these two opportunities which have been given, made halal by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and out of these only one remains applicable today. Outside of these, whoever tries to seek pleasure through vision, through any thoughts, through hands, or even in these places, in these opportunities, against how Allah has made it natural and how Allah has permitted it from the front. If somebody wants to go from the back, then that's also not permitted, and that's also included in فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْعَادُونَ, becoming transgressor. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ, those people who honestly look after their amanat and ahd. Amana is a trust that is placed upon somebody, so that the biggest trust that has been placed upon every human being is the trust of Sharia, which is that you become a faithful person, you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and do good deeds and enter into Jannah. Then in our daily lives, what we generally take it to mean is that if somebody entrusts you with a secret or a physical material property or a responsibility, for example, we sign a contract where we say that we are going to work for certain many hours, then we cannot breach that contract and we have to fulfill. That is also under amanat, and that will be asked on the Day of Judgment. وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ, ahd is a pact or covenant, and these are of two types: mu'ahida, which is two-sided, and wa'da, which is one-sided. Both of them are very serious in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Mu'ahada is when we make a two-sided pact with someone that I will do this, you do that, and such a mu'ahada is can be fulfilled by the use of law, Islamic law. The court, Islamic court, can enforce it. A wa'da is a one-sided thing, that I promise someone that I will give you this, or I will do this for you without any other return. That is wa'da, and that is also, to fulfill it is farz, and to go against it or not fulfill it is haram. So if we make a promise to our child, we have to fulfill it. And of course of a permissible thing. If it's of a non-permissible thing, then we do not fulfill it and we do the kafara, we do expiation for it. But the only difference is that this one-sided pact cannot be enforced by a court of Islamic law. But both of them are very important in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَىٰ صَلَوَاتِهِمْ يُحَافِظُونَ. Then at the end of this list, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bringing salah again, here in plural, صَلَوَاتِهِمْ يُحَافِظُونَ, which means that all their salah. In the first ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had said الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ, in singular, which means that nafs salah, in salah itself, the kind salah in the ibadah of salah, in the worship of the act of salah, they are khashi'un. And here khashi'un means have concentration. And here ala salawatihim yuhafidun, on all their prayers they are very mindful, they are very concerned. And the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has brought it again is that all these properties rest on fulfilling salah properly and being mindful and careful about the times of salah, about the proper manner of fulfilling salah, and in salah itself being khashi'un. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives these all other qualities as well. Ulaika humul warithun, these are the people who are warisun, or inheritors. Waris is somebody whose right is fulfilled, even if, so it's such a right that is guaranteed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nobody can change it. If a person is dying, even they cannot change the right of their inheritors once they pass away. The rights that have been decided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are guaranteed to be given to the person who is the inheritor. So by Allah's mercy, Allah is using this word that if you do these things, if you have these features or work on these features in your personality, attributes in your personality, then Allah is, as if Allah is saying that you will become the rightful inheritor of Firdaus. Not, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not said Jannah here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said Alladhina yarithun al-Firdaus, the highest level of Jannah, the most pleasant place in Jannah. Allah has guaranteed as inheritance for these people. Hum fiha khalidun, not for once, not for a short time, but in that you will live forever and ever. Hakim Ulum al-Mashayikh has written under this that those people who try and cannot achieve the highest levels, or who have some features of Iman, or just have La ilaha illallah, Allah has kept hope for them that Firdaus, if not Firdaus, then some level of Jannah is guaranteed for those people. This is for the highest people and the highest level of Jannah. The other thing that we should mention is that how do we attain all of these features? The first is Iman. You learn Iman at least in theory. So everybody, it is the responsibility of every single individual that they find out what is Iman, what are the tenets of faith, and they are basically 7: that we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His angels, His books, His prophets, the day of judgment, destiny, good or bad, is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, decided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and there is life after death. If we do good, we enter into Jannah. If we do not believe and do not do good, then we enter into hellfire. These are the basics of faith. Everybody should know them, and even if our heart has not experienced those things, we should forcefully tell our mind that this is true, and that is the basic minimum level of faith that is accomplished. A person becomes a Muslim, a believer with this. Then khushu in salah is attained by, generally there is different methods. One is that one learns the meaning of salah and tries to focus on the meaning as they are uttering the words. Another very practical method is, the Prophet ﷺ has also explained it, that you pray as if this is your last prayer, you will not get a chance to pray after it, so bring your mind into focus. Another method is that one, when they are standing, they think this is my prayer. When they are doing their ruku, they think this is my prayer, and focus on that. Every individual rukun or part of salah, constituent of salah, and that also helps one focus. But again, the minimum level is that a person does not by themselves intentionally bring outside thoughts. If somebody protects themselves from intentionally bringing outside thoughts, their salah is also accepted. If some thought comes in their mind, and they, as soon as they remember, as soon as they realize, they push it away, they will also be considered as somebody who has khushu. To stay away from love is very easy to understand, that we keep checking our activities. What are we doing? What are we saying? How are we? Who are the people that we are interacting with, and what are our interactions about? And we check them and stay away from useless things. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ, these people work on their purity, and that is through the Prophet ﷺ, because Allah Himself is the real person, the real one who purifies. But Allah has also said about prophets that the prophets also purify, and the job of the Prophet ﷺ is to do tazkiyah of people. And then after the Prophet ﷺ, al-ulama warasatul anbiya, so the people of this science, they do tazkiyah, and we should make sure that we go to them and get ourselves purified. To protect ourselves from haram, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us the meaning, the method here, that fulfill your desire in the right places. And whoever has the capacity, they should فَلْيَتَزَوَّجْ, they should make sure that they, as soon as possible, enter into marriage so that they can fulfill their desire and protect themselves from going into the direction of sin. And whoever does not have the means, then the Prophet ﷺ has said that they should keep fasting. Amanat we explained today that we should be very mindful about and keep checking ourselves that whatever promises, whatever trust we are taking upon themselves, undertaking, we should make sure that we do not take them lightly. And again, the one thing that ensures all of those things is that we become a person whose life is on the sift of salah, on the sifat of salah, which is that salah should be our lifestyle. Namaz should be our lifestyle, prayer should be our lifestyle. Our life should revolve around prayer. Then inshallah everything will come into shape and order, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us Firdaus al-A'la in the hereafter. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Allahumma hasibna hisaban yasira. May Allah make everything easy for us. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim wa tub alayna innaka antat tawwabur rahim. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqihi sayyidina wa mawlana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amin bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.